Well, we knew where we wanted to start, or where we wanted to intercept the water. And we want it to go from here to the end of here. When we marked off the spot, we just set the lawnmower really low and just made a nice curve at the starting point and curved it right into the discharge. And the thing about this swale is I wanted it to be the least amount of cutout as possible, yet still get rid of some water, to get rid of a lot of that surface water for it to run off. Because every gallon that runs off, it's that much less subsurface, that much less hydrostatic pressure that's working on the water table that's going to push it up under the house or push it up to my footer tile drain. Well, one thing I wasn't counting on was just how much dirt has got to be removed to create even a gentle swale. I've got to scallop it on this side, cut it in, go ahead and have to do the same thing on this side. After we mowed it down, we went ahead and sprayed it with 41% glyphosate, grass and weed killer. Just cheap, generic stuff. And the weed killer was on here for between 3 and 4 weeks. Got a good kill on it. But what it does, it makes it so much easier to scrape. It kills the roots in the entire plant, the entire blade of grass, and you can cut it easier. You can come in much easier with your front end loader or whatever tool you're going to use to remove the dirt. The fact remains, the dirt's got to be removed. That's a little too low right there, but I've got a natural depression. I'll fill that back in. Now, this to me is a perfect swale. This was here when we bought the property 5 years ago. And there's not a single wet spot in it. It doesn't hold water. It all drains out. Not too aggressive, but yet enough to get rid of the water, the surface water. Coming in from this side with the front end loader and angling down worked out real well. I tried it on this side, didn't work out so well. It ended up pushing way too much dirt over here on this side. So I'm going to just remove all I can here and just see how it goes. I know what I want it to look like in the end. It's just getting it to look like that. Ninety 90% of the water is going to be coming from up here, straight down that gravel, into here, through the woods, and a lot of it from over in here is going to be coming in right there behind that rotiller. I've got to be able to intercept that water and take it on out. Okay, we went ahead and finished that. Now remember, on the right side, we cut into it with the front end loader, picked it up. Left side, we tried to cut into it and ended up just shoving it all over on the right side. So what I ended up doing was the last operation you seen, where we just ended up scooping it, picking it up, carrying it out. Okay, now after we did the back drag, I tried to do it the other side. It's not effective because I've had too much hard packed dirt in the middle. So what I ended up doing, I still wasn't happy with it. It's a slight depression, but it's a broad depression. I want it to have a gentle drop to it. I can put the mower tires down it and then mow with it and do a pretty nice job. But I had no loose dirt. You got to be able to move dirt to do that if you're trying to use a little front end loader and a rotiller. So I went ahead and made one pass with the rotiller, and it done pretty good on the hard pack, of course. Look at, yeah, we're going to be able to move some dirt around. I'm going to start in the middle and figure out where I want to move the dirt. I really don't know. I may move some this side. And in the depression areas, see, here's a clear depression here. I'll clearly want to take the rake and move some over here. It's definitely low right here. You can see that. That's real low. Right here is really low. So that's going to be a no-brainer as far as where to put the dirt here. And I don't want to build that up any higher over here. So if I do rake it out and get a nice slope going down, and if I have excess dirt out there, I'll just pick up the shovel and dump it in the dirt pile over there. We'll see how it goes. After I tilled it the one time, on this side, I just pulled the rake, just drug it over from the center and kind of stopped right here because I had that ledge, remember? I had kind of a shelf here that the front end loader cut right in here. So now I've got this kind of level but not high, and this will settle some as it rains. But over here, the water is coming from this side, by the way. This is where we want to intercept the water, on this side. So now I took the rake, and with a lot of pressure, put the rake right in the middle, did several pulls out here. Now this ridge here is all going to be gone. This dirt is on hard packed dirt. I'll take a shovel and just pick it up by hand and put it in the front end loader and get rid of it. And when we get done, we should have a nice depression in there. And keep in mind, this stuff here is going to settle. What we done, we started here in the middle and pulled out pretty hard. Okay, now we're in the process of removing that ridge we made after we raked it from the midpoint up. We'll pull all this up like that from the middle. Okay, we're about to wrap this part up. Give you an idea of what it's looking like. It's looking pretty good. The rake is working out really good too. But I'll just show you what I've been doing. Just filling the bucket up, slow but sure. That's with all the loose dirt that was raked down the middle and back, but the water's got to be able to run from the yard to the swale. But it's starting to look like it's supposed to look. Okay, it's dark enough now where I think I can see my laser. We're going to try to get an idea of what kind of drop we got. So I'm just going to get a reference point somewhere here on an average. Now I'm not going to go to the deepest because I can fill that in. And I don't want to go to the highest. Might be a little high right there. But I'm definitely lower than over here where my foot is. So let's go with this. I'm just going to go down here, maybe five steps. That's about the same, so I'm going to have to remove some here. Let's just go a little bit further. Well, according to that, the stick's just going that much further. About 3/4 of an inch. Do you see that? About 3/4 of an inch. So that might need dressed up right there. Let's go a little further. Took a baseline back in there and then started walking down here. And where I put the paint marks, I do a mark to the inside showing that's where I need to work. I've got stuff there to remove. See, right here was okay. And then here's a long one. We got a mark with an inside line, clear down to here with an inside line, and then all this was removed a little bit. Just scraped it with a shovel. Last night we had the laser set up. That's like a $70 Bosch laser, and it shows pretty good indoors out to about 20 to 25 feet, maybe max, with any kind of a light. But if you wait till about 15 to 20 minutes before dark, I could actually see it clear out there to the sweet corn, and that's about 52 to 53 yards. I thought I would have to move it in increments because I did the night before, but it was about 45 minutes before dark. My dream was to do a massive French drain starting right there and take it around and clear out to the state highway. But that's a couple hundred yards, and I want to do it right with good material, so we're talking probably $4,000 or $5,000 because I'd have to rent a mini excavator on that job. So this is the second best thing. It ain't cost me nothing but about 5 gallons of diesel fuel. Every gallon of water that runs down that swale was water that was making its way to my house, and that's making the basement sump pump work and the external corner of the house sump pump work that I got. Now I just have to get me some straw and grass seed. It's awesome. It's working great. I can't wait to get it all sold down with some nice grass seed. Okay, here we've got it all seeded and strawed down. So what I did was take that roller, fill it up with water, and before I rolled it, I dampened the whole thing with the garden hose. Then I ran the roller over it. Then I seeded it. This is called a contractor's mix. According to the guy I bought it from, He said it's about 20% ryegrass, which should be up in 4 or 5 days. And the rest is maybe 3 different types of fescue. It's clean looking, that's the main thing. I just didn't want a bunch of daggone weeds in. I guess it'll work. Now I'm just going to wet it real good. I'm going to try to keep it wet until I see some germination going on. Well, that's going to be it. So thanks for watching. Please subscribe and have a good one. Stay safe out there.